What's up, y'all? I was going to type this all out, but I just think it's more fun to do a video. There's a lot of talk online lately about buy now, pay laters, specifically the Coachella thing, where apparently 60% of people finance their trip to Coachella using buy now, pay laters. Now, first thought, yes, that's crazy. Wow, 60%. I don't even know the cost of Coachella. Probably expensive based on where it is, what it is. Um, so yes, expensive, but at the same time, I was thinking, buy now, pay laters get such a bad rap. Me personally, I've used all of the buy now, pay later options: Sezzle, Klarna, Afterpay, Zip. There's another one out there. I've used all of them in different instances, and they just always get a bad name. Like, oh, if you can't afford it, you shouldn't be buying it. But see, this is different. When it comes to buy now, pay laters, you can make them work for you. I like to use them for things like concerts or a hotel, something that I'm going to be using well after. Let's say it's you pay it off in 6 weeks. So let's say 6 months from now, I'm getting this hotel. It's going to be paid before then. And concerts, so many bands like always just posting, hey, this Friday, tickets on sale, and concerts are expensive. And so, not everyone has the money ready to go to drop $100 on a concert ticket. That's why I love buy now, pay laters, because if I'm going to buy it anyway, and the event isn't for another 6 months, it's going to be well paid for before I even go. Also, think about this. If you were to use a credit card and not pay the payment or just pay the minimum, you're paying interest on your concert ticket or whatever you use for buy now, pay later. Buy now, pay later options, you pay a quarter of it up front. So let's say you got a $100 concert, $25 in 2 weeks, $25 in 2 weeks, $25, 2 weeks, $25. You don't pay any interest on that. Almost all of the different options that are out there are zero fees and 0% interest. So it makes sense to me to use it for concerts, especially if you can line it up with your paycheck. If you get paid on this Friday and you use it this Friday to get a concert ticket, guess what? Every time you get paid now, that $25 is going to come out. Now, just like every single other financial tool out there, buy now, pay later can be abused. If you use it for everything, like the advertisement recently, DoorDash offering, was it Klarna or Afterpay or one of those, to where you can pay in payments. I would not suggest buy now, pay later burritos. Like, that's silly. But there are so many things out there that you can use it for, and where I get frustrated is like all the bigger pages and all the bigger financial people will always talk about how bad some of these things are for you. But a lot of them, I don't even know if they've ever had to use them. They've never been in that struggle. Me personally, I live or have lived in a survivor financial situation for many years. Paycheck to paycheck. Credit's not great, so I have to find other options to be able to pay for things. And guess what? Many times over the last, I would say, 10 years, buy now, pay laters have come in handy. Christmas. I could save $50 all year here and there from my checks and have money to spend for Christmas. Great. Doesn't always work out that way. So it's November, Christmas presents, boom, buy now, pay later. I know I'm working the hours. I'm going to get paid anyway. Why not just pay for it in the next 6 weeks? It's cheaper than credit. If I were to put it on just rack up a credit card and just let that roll at 20, 25%, a lot cheaper option is buy now, pay later. So if you don't use them, or you've never used them, or you haven't heard of them, like you can abuse them, but you can also abuse a credit card. You can abuse a bank. You can abuse borrowing from friends. Payday loans. Been there, done that one time. Not fun. But guess what? Some of us live in these ways that we have to figure out how to survive. And if I had to get a payday loan and it cost me $50 by the time I paid it back on Friday, That's better than getting a negative, like an overdraft fee or a fee from whatever bill I had to pay. A lot of that people, there's people that just don't understand that stuff because they've never been in that situation. So they're going to tell you over and over, don't incur any debt ever, and stack all of your cash and invest it, and then you'll never have to use anything like that ever. It's not true. Like I said, I've lived in survivor financial mode for many years, and without the ability to get loans and credit like a lot of other people can, I've had to figure out ways to make it work for me. Now, like I said, you can get in trouble with buy now, pay laters. If you've got, you used Affirm 3 times, and then now you used Afterpay twice, and now you use Sezzle, and then now your Klarna's racked up. Guess what? All those payments are going to start coming out at the same time. Once again, I've been there. You just have to manage it correctly. And if you manage it correctly, you make it work for you. Hey, like I said, you want to go, you already booked your flight for your trip you're going to in October, but you really want to lock in this really cheap hotel rate right now because the closer you get, potentially it could go up, or they don't have that one hotel. Guess what? Buy now, pay later. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have the money, go for it. It's a matter of knowing that you can pay for it. Like the Coachella thing. It's hit or miss there. If people are putting everything that they have into the down payment for this trip, and in 2 weeks they're just going to be screwed when they get hit with the next payment, sure, that's very, irresponsible financial decision. But like I said, I love using buy now, pay laters when it comes to travel, concerts, gifts, things that tend to be a little bit more expensive that I know I could pay for, but guess what? I'd rather reserve a little bit of my cash for the rest of my week, maybe before I get paid or something. That's another thing. If you don't get paid till Friday and the concert tickets drop today, but you've got $15 you can throw towards it and it's 60, guess what? Do it, because you can pay it off Friday if you wanted to. No one's saying you can't pay these things off early. It creates an opportunity for you to get something in the moment that you can afford, but maybe you don't want to lock up all your cash. So agree, disagree, doesn't matter. I'm showing you things about these options that you can pay with that have worked for me. And not everyone is in a situation where they've got 10 grand just sitting there waiting to use it to pay for a vacation or this or that. And there'll be a million people that always tell you well, if you can't afford it, don't spend it, don't buy it. Yes, we get it. We get it. If you don't have thousands saved up to the side, well, don't go to the concert unless you have all the money you'll ever need for the concert and the hotel and everything right in front of you right now. Now, we also live in a different time. Book the trip, figure out all the details later. That's what I do. Monica and I might get a couple of the details nailed down, but we may not have, the hotel, or one piece may not be locked in, but guess what? We're going to figure it out later. So, all that being said, survival tactics, you got to do what you got to do. You're paycheck to paycheck, but you've got to pay this or pay that. The buy now, pay later is not a terrible option if you know you can afford it and you use it correctly. So, look into some of them. Honestly, some of them you get reward points for using it, and it actually benefits you in the end. Could you pay 50 right now? Sure. If you split it up in 4, you get points towards a free gift card. I don't know. There's so many things that I've gained from using them in moments where I felt like it made sense. And obviously paying cash and credit and all that stuff still makes sense in certain situations. But don't be discouraged by somebody saying oh, you're going to Klarna your trip to California? Yeah, because it's expensive, and now I didn't just pull every dime out of my account because maybe tomorrow I have a car issue, and now my trip's booked. I could figure that out over the next 6 weeks, but I also can use the cash that I put aside to help figure out my car situation. Anyway, long video. I don't know, this isn't for anyone specific. This is just me seeing something in the news and wanting to share my own opinion about it.